Hey, this is my quick review on this watch. This is the Airman, Glycine Airman number 1 GL0161. This is the purest version, cream dial, 36 millimeters, 20 millimeter lug length, about 11.5 millimeters thick with the crystal. Really great watch. I just ended up getting this because I really liked its closer roots to the original models that was introduced in the 1950s, and for a model that's basically has remained unchanged for the better part of over half a century, right? As of this recording in 2020 of April. Um, yeah, it's pretty amazing and pretty cool to have a original watch design that's all to its own, and got some great history. I really liked it because these were things that were used by American airmen during the Vietnam War, so it's kind of like a military watch. I appreciate the modified, either it's an ETA 2893 movement or Salida S330. I guess it's not completely clear which one they're using, but either way, it's a Swiss movement, and they're all great and accurate. But this has a 24-hour dial. This is the purest version. I don't need a GMT model, but it is available if you prefer that as well. But I think, um, especially because that GMT hand is so thin, you won't be able to see in this picture here. I think it's easy to press because it looks close to the minute hand thickness and length, and in some ways to the running second. So trying to pick up which one is which sometimes could be tricky, I suppose. Um, that's what I would think. So this kind of eliminates at least part of that problem, at least being confused with the GMT hand with the minutes or vice versa. But yeah, anyways, 24-hour hands, dial is not hard to read. If you don't understand anything beyond 12 for some reason, the math is done for you by just looking at this long tail end that points to the equivalent time, and what you would consider. So if you look at 20 hours, that's actually around 8 o'clock. Well, obviously 8 p.m. on this side. This is 8 a.m. on this side of the watch. The bezel is bi-directional, smooth, although other Airman models actually have clicks to it, and then you just lock it down when you're in the new home time, local time that is, or whatever you set it to. Maybe you want to keep track of another time zone constantly, then that would be another time zone. But when you travel, if you travel with this, the best thing to do is just to quickly rotate the dial, the bezel, and you get your new local time versus trying to hack the movement and then set the new time with the main handset. Right? Then you're gonna be out of sync. Then you gotta wait to sync it up again. Yeah. But yeah, it's a cool watch. Comes with a different kind of uh, watch case. It's like this wooden case. It slides. There's a pouch in here for the watch. Instead of your typical black glycine box. That's just a big square basically. This is something different. And it's a nice added touch. I guess you could potentially use it, but this bag doesn't seem to, this watch pouch doesn't seem to come out. It looks like it's fixed in here. But anyways, that's that. The only thing else I want to say is as you want to see on my 6.875 inch wrist, just under 7 inches. And this will wear well for anyone. It's very thin, which is what I like about the Airman series. Right. Okay, hopefully I can still record. Anyways, I was saying this, the way the case is designed, it wears it wears larger than you'd think. So even like if I could wear I have worn the 40 millimeters, even the 42, because of this, with this waist, not so much the length, because it really arches down quite well, and that's not been a problem. But I think the way how wide it sits, it makes it look bigger. Sometimes it looks a little bit too, you know, too much presence, or I don't know, it looks maybe too wide, I guess, for some wrists. So even at 36, I think it wears closer to some focus, closer to like a 37, maybe almost like a 38 on wrist. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this watch. You can usually find them for pretty good prices on Drop, or what was formerly Mass Drop. It's called Drop now. They come out rather somewhat frequently, but it's been a while since I checked. Since I got this, I haven't really been looking. And it's just eBay, but there's plenty of places where you can get this still, even though it's a limited edition. But I guess they haven't sold out of all of them yet worldwide. But yeah, if you're looking for original watch with some heritage, and there's other people that talked about its heritage, and I've done one sort of in my past video on the Chief, the other model that I had previous to this. You can check that out, but I'm not going to get into today. But Glycine, definitely a cool brand, underrated. And there's no, I'll just get this out of the way, even though Invicta bought them or backed them, whatever you want to call it, does have no bearing on the quality of the watch. It's still made in the same factory in Switzerland, and I don't know. I've never had any issues with it. Any of the other ones I had, I've owned the Chief, the Airman 18, the DC4, and an Airman, is it 22? Or is it Airman 42? It's the more modern looking 42 millimeter version of the Airman. And yeah, they've all been great. I would say though, the Chief out of all of them seems to have the best and potent or longer lasting loom than all of them, but that's the only thing. The loom isn't all the best on this, which I should give a loom shot before we go. Can you see that? I can't reach over to turn off the other light, so let me just under here just a little longer, and then I'll just make a quick adjustment to the you can kind of make it out, but let me just dim this. Sorry about that. Get an idea of how the loom is. Wish I had my flashlight here, but it's not the best anyways, to be honest. The outer indices tend to go out quicker than the main hands, but it is, even though it gets dim, it's, for me, still legible, but don't expect like Seiko type of loom, obviously. So I guess that's it. Running out of time, and it's late actually. This is not the real time, and I just need to get this out there while I still can. And that's it. So yeah, this is probably the shortest review I've done, and I hope it answers enough questions. The specs, movement, what I thought about it, and why I like it, and that's all that there is to it. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, it's a great watch to have. All right, thanks. Bye.